Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Nanda Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Chaitanya Nityananda Advaita Gadadhara Gaur Bhaktivinoda Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Gadadhara Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha, Gopinath Radha, Gopinath Radhe. Jaya Radha, Gopinath Radha, Gopinath Radhe. Jaya Radha, Gopinath Radha, Gopinath Radhe. Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Gurudev. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Gurudev. Hari Hari Bol. Have a seat. I say so. For now, Vedant Panchatattva. I'll call it, yeah. Rasati? So you want to sing your Gopinath now? Yeah? Where's he? Bring it here. Just bring it right here.
Oh yeah, this side. If this is for. Okay, I'll stay around then. Stay around then. The song is Gopinath. I don't know what page it is in that book, but the song is Gopinath. Yeah. Just this eight. I think 10 to 15, something like that. 10. Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So we are very, very happy to see all of you this evening. Today is a very special day. If you look on the wall, you will see a garland picture there of the spiritual master of Srila Prabhupada. So that is Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Today is his appearance day. And together with that, we are celebrating 33 years. 33 years of our deities here. This is their installation anniversary. 33 years of the temple opening and the deities being installed here at Sri Sri Radha Gopinath Mandir. So, we are going to have a very wonderful evening together. We welcome our viewers online. We hope that you would stay with us for the evening, for the entire program. So, this bhajan that Rasarati is going to chant, the name of the bhajan is Gopinath. And our deity here is Radha Gopinath. So, this is a very, very special bhajan, very dear to all the devotees here. So, after Rasarati chants, then we are going to do Abhishek, where we would bathe the deities with 5 substances and juices and so on. And after that, while the pujari is dressing the Lord in the altar, we would hear from some devotees, their experiences, their realizations and so on. Those devotees who have been serving for 33 years and would like to share some of their experiences. And of course, we'll be having Maha Arti and Kirtan. So, we now have Rasarati doing this very special bhajan, Gopinath. Hare Krishna.
Okay, in the songbook, it's page 38. Mama nivedana shuno visayir durjana sadaka marata kichu nahi mora guna Mama nivedana shuna visayir durjana sadha kamarata kichu nahi mora guna Mama nivedana shuna visayir durjana sadha kamarata kichu nahi mora guna Hey Gopinath Hey Gopinath Amara bharasha tumi Tumhara charan loi loi sharana Tumhara kin korami Hey Gopinath Hey Gopinath Hey Gopinath Kemone shodive more na jane bakari karme jaramati korichi samsara ghore Hey Gopinath Hey Gopinath Sakali tomara maya nahi mama bhala jnana shunirmala swadhina na hai kaya Charane sana mage pamara kandiya kandiya koro he karuna dhana sakali paro durjane thari tomara shakati ke ache papiraro prapanch lila koile so vistara kripa paravara he gopinath ami ki dose dosi asura sakha pailo chana vinorata kilovosi ami ki dose dhosi asura sakala pailo charana vinorata kilovosi
Hare Krishna. Jaya Radha Gopinath.
Hare Krishna.
Radha.
So we are about to begin the Abhishek. So I know that you will want to see what is happening. So you can come, at least for the Abhishek, you can come on this side because it will be taking place on the altar. So you can come on this half here where you can at least see clearly. Those of you on your chairs, if you wish, you can bring your chairs and after you can move them back there.
Jaya Radha Gopinath. Radha Gopinath. Radha Gopinath. Jaya Radha Gopinath. Jaya Radha Gopinath. Radha Gopinath. Radha Gopinath. Jaya Radha Gopinath. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama,
Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radha Gopinath, Radha Gopinath, Radha Gopinath, Jaya Radha Gopinath. Jaya Radha Gopinath, Radha Gopinath, Radha Gopinath, Radha Gopinath. Jaya Radha Gopinath, Radha Gopinath, Radha Gopinath, Radha Gopinath. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Gora Hari Bol, 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 Gora Hari Bol. Hari Bol, 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 Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna. So, as we continue with the program, today we are going to have a program with a little difference because it's the deity's anniversary. So, as I told you earlier, it's 33 years since Sri Sri Radha Gopinath were installed here at the temple, Sri Sri Radha Gopinath Mandir. So, there were many devotees, of course, who were here for the deity's installation. One of those very important people would have been, of course, the personality who installed the deities, and that is His Holiness Satsvarup Das Goswami. So, as you know, the Vaishnav calendar, the dates would vary every year, you know that. So, the deities were actually installed in 1982 on Valentine's Day. On that year, it was the 14th of February. Every year, of course, the dates would change according to the Vaishnava calendar. So, Srila Prabhupada was also installed the day after the deities were installed. So again, it's also Prabhupada's 33rd anniversary here. Now, and today is also very, very important. Today is a very, really auspicious day. It's the appearance day of Srila Prabhupada's spiritual master, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So, we are very, very happy. We almost have like a resident sannyasi here at the temple. For many years, we did not have Srila Prabhupada's disciples actually living in the ashram, training us, with the daily program that Srila Prabhupada has set out for us. So we're very happy actually. We have two of Srila Prabhupada's disciples who live here. Maharaj lives here some months of the year, and we have, of course, our resident temple president. So, as I told you, our program is going to be a little, and Devendra Nuja Prabhu, so 3. So, the program, we don't have our regular lecture. Instead, we would like you to hear from some of our senior devotees about their realizations, their relationship with Shri Shri Radha Gopinath, Shri Shri Gauranitai, and so on. But to tell us a little bit about deity worship and why, Srila Prabhupada has given this process and how important this process is, we want to start off this evening with His Holiness Damodar Maharaj. So let's put our hands together as we welcome him to speak. As I told you, it's a program with a difference. So we want you to be enlightened and enlivened so you can clap and have a good time this evening, because it's a very jubilant celebration, the anniversary of the installation of our very beautiful Shri Shri Radha Gopinath. So we now have Maharaj. He will speak for a few minutes, and we have a few speakers. As I told you, we are not having the regular Sunday evening lecture. Maharaj? You want to sit or you want to stand? Which one you prefer? So you could stand? All right. Okay.
That's all right. Like you just told him. So what I'm going to do is read something from. We're having Ishopanishad seminar here on as much as possible on Saturday and Tuesday, and we'll have some other sessions during the carnival time during the day. So I'll read something from Ishopanishad. But the introductory verse will be something that Prabhupada would quote a lot. It's a long verse, but especially the very beginning and the very end of the verse. This is from Padma Purana. Ache Vishnao Shiladir Yasya Va Naraki Saha. I'll read the whole English translation so you'll get the idea and the philosophy. That person who considers the deity of the Supreme Lord to be dead matter made out of stone, wood, or metal. Then it goes on with other aspects of our spiritual life. Or the spiritual master who is an eternal associate of the Supreme Lord to be an ordinary man who is prone to die. Or the Vaishnav to be coming from some caste. Or the water which washes the feet of the pure devotee or the Supreme Lord to be ordinary water, although such water has the potency to destroy all evils of the age of Kali. Or to consider the holy name of the Supreme Lord, or mantras dedicated to Him, which are able to destroy all sin, to be ordinary sounds. Or to consider the Supreme Lord of all, Lord Vishnu, to be equal with other demigods, is to consider to possess a hellish mentality. A person who thinks in this way is certainly a resident of hell. Strong words. But this is a very good warning to us. that we shouldn't look at the deities and look at Guru and all these other Mahamantra and think that this is just all part of the material world. It isn't, and we have to have that faith and focus and conviction. Otherwise, it's a hellish mentality. Now, what is going on when we're worshiping the deities? What's actually happening? Who are the deities? This is from Ishopanishad, an excerpt from Srila Prabhupada's commentary, purport to Mantra 8. The Lord's worshipable form, the Archa Vigraha, which is installed in temples by authorized acharyas who have realized the Lord in terms of Mantra 7, is non-different from the original form of the Lord. The Lord's original form is that of Sri Krishna, and Sri Krishna expands himself into an unlimited number of forms, such as Baladev, Ram, Nrsimha, and Varaha. All of these forms are one and the same personality of Godhead. Similarly, the Archa Vigraha worshipped in temples is also an expanded form of the Lord. By worshipping the Archa Vigraha means the deities, for those of you who may not be familiar with that term. By worshipping the Archa Vigraha, one can at once approach the Lord, who accepts the service of a devotee by his omnipotent energy. The Archa Vigraha of the Lord descends at the request of the acharyas, the holy teachers, and works exactly in the original way of the Lord by virtue of the Lord's omnipotence. Foolish people who have no knowledge of Sri Ishopanishad or any of the other Shruti mantras consider the Archa Vigraha, which is worshipped by pure devotees, to be made of material elements. This form may be seen as material by the imperfect eyes of foolish people or Kanista Adhikaris, but such people do not know that the Lord, being omnipotent and omniscient, can transform matter into spirit and spirit into matter as He desires. That gives us a little bit insight. You may all know this, but Srila Prabhupada expresses it very eloquently. What is the understanding? What is the siddhanta? What is the conclusion regarding the deities? Now a few comments from my humble self. One thing we note here is that in the Ishopanishad, the different Srila Prabhupada describes Kanista Adhikar, Madhyama Adhikar, and Uttama Adhikar, different levels of realizations, different devotees. So Kanista is the most neophyte, and here is an additional weakness indicated of the Kanista Adhikar. It's stated that even if he is faithfully serving the deity on the altar, he may not be spiritually advanced enough to avoid thinking that the Archa Vigraha is made of material elements. So we just heard that that's like a hellish mentality. So if we think that way, even we may still have some tendency to think that way, we should try to rid ourselves of that way of thinking. And we should see with the eyes of Shastra, with the eyes of knowledge, transcendental vision. Now, bringing these things up to date, we heard that 33 years ago the deities were installed. Now let's bring it up to date, up to the present day. Three points. First of all, I got a call today from Baladev Prabhu, who's an early disciple of Satsvarup Maharaj, and he happens to be with Satsvarup Maharaj right at this moment in upstate New York. He's attending his Guru Maharaj, who just underwent surgery on the foot, and the surgery was successful by Krishna's mercy. And he called from upstate, and first of all, I mentioned about the operation, but he also mentioned that His Holiness Satsvarup Maharaj expressed much sadness upon hearing of the accident with the deities here. I think you all know that there was an accident. After all, Satsvarup Das Goswami had overseen or perhaps personally installed Shri Radha Gopinath. Someone who was here, did he personally install? Was he overseeing it or both? Anyway, he was the main person involved in the installation of the deities. Now that was 33 years ago. Yes, he was also informed of the successful repair, or to put it a better way, of the merciful reappearance of their lordships. And of course, that gave him some relief. This was just today I got that phone call. So this is going on right now that Baladev is there with his Guru Maharaj. In this regard, let our faith not be shaken because of this recent painful episode. The apparent breakage did not at all compromise the fact that the deity is internal energy, the self-same Radha Krishna, not at all of ordinary stone. As an example, I recall how we often thought that Srila Prabhupada would never die, not even physically. We assume that since he is 100% pure and his body is completely spiritual, that death would not be able to touch him or not even be able to appear to touch him. So that fateful day in November of 1977 was also a shock, and for many of us a real test of our faith. And we were thrust into the mood of separation for a much more prolonged period as compared to what we just experienced in relation to Sri Sri Radha Gopinath. In other words, just recently we had about 5 days of feeling of separation, of a spiritual depression, a spiritual unhappiness due to not being able to see Sri Sri Radha Gopinath on the altar. If there's anyone here who doesn't know what I'm talking about, the accident and all that, later we can fill you in. But I think most of you are aware. How many of you know what I'm talking about when I say about the accident or something? Most of you. Okay. So we may have felt shocked to witness the deity behaving as if he were ordinary marble. Better, however, for us to just accept this incident as a stern instruction to us from Lord Gopinath. I'll read that last sentence again. Better, however, for us to just accept this incident as a stern instruction to us from Lord Gopinath. This is my personal realization. Maybe someone has a different realization, but this is the way I'm seeing it. Third point, there are 4 altogether. Third point, okay, now what I'm going to say now, don't take it the wrong way. I'm not exaggerating the comparison of the example I'm going to give, but in a certain way it overlaps a little bit with what we experienced these last days with Sri Sri Radha Gopinath. We may have gotten a tiny sample of the intense anguish experienced by the devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when his body also became segmented. Now I'll read 2 verses from Chaitanya Charitamrita, the English translation. The extraordinary transformations of the body due to transcendental feelings would never have been possible for anyone but the Lord, in whose body all transformations were manifest. The joints of his hands and legs would sometimes become separated by 8 inches, and they remain connected only by the skin. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, of course in his case, and I don't know how the deities were feeling when they manifested this segmentation, but it actually happened to the Lord in the form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and the devotees all witnessed this. This was only 550 years ago or so. Again, the comparison only goes so far. I don't mean to say that this is the same thing exactly, but you can appreciate there is a certain connection. Okay, what is done as far as the accident. But let us now rejoice that after chastising us and temporarily thrusting us into the anguish of separation, Vipralamba Bhav, he has mercifully reappeared in his fullness. Let us never again take his wonderful transcendental presence cheaply. All glories to Sri Sri Radha Gopinath, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Srila Bhakti Saranta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj, Padam Guru Shri Ki Jai. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Maharaj. So now, as I said, we're going through a very, very encouraging phase here at Sri Sri Radha Gopinath Mandir, in that these senior Prabhupada disciples, nourishing and training and giving us guidance here at the temple, this is very enlivening. So, a little over a year and a half, we got a new temple president in the form of Agnidev Prabhu. So many of us grew up with Agnidev Prabhu, but we didn't really know who he was. We knew his voice because I remember coming to the temple for the first time, 1982, and hearing Agnidev Prabhu, the CD, the cassette in fact, a cassette. And devotees would tell me, he's a Trinidadian. So I said, well, he sounds like he's from Bengal or somewhere, Vrindavan or something. Said, no, he's a Trinidadian. And then very later, we saw the person with the voice. And when we saw him, we said, that is Agnidev? So this is Agnidev. So, by his mercy, and of course Srila Prabhupada's mercy, he has agreed to take up the mantle of temple president here at Sri Sri Radha Gopinath Mandir. And he has been doing a wonderful job, don't you think? So he's going to speak for a few minutes, and then we have a few other speakers lined up. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Because we've been having wonderful classes with His Holiness Damodar Maharaj on the Ishopanishad. I also wanted to share something from the Ishopanishad by Srila Prabhupada. In the mantra 5, it is said, Tad e jati tan nai jati, tad dure tad vantike, tarantar asya sarvasya, tadu sarvasya sya bhayata. And the meaning is, the Supreme Lord walks and does not walk. He is far away, but He is very near as well. He is within everything, and yet He is outside of everything. So these are apparent contradictions. Apparent contradictions, I say, because with this absolute, there is no contradiction. But it sounds like it. He walks, He doesn't walk. He's far, but He's very near. He's situated in Goloka Vrindavan, but He's in everyone's heart. So how can someone who's everywhere move? Right? If you're everywhere, where can you move? But He moves. So, anyway, Srila Prabhupada said in the purport, because He is full of inconceivable potencies, this is confirmed in the Mahabharata. It is said, Achintya Kaluje Bhava. God has inconceivable potencies. And therefore He can accept our service through any sort of medium. He can even convert His different potencies according to His own will. The non-believers, they argue either that the Lord cannot incarnate Himself at all, or that if He does descend, He comes in a form of material energy. These arguments are nullified if we accept the existence of the Lord's inconceivable potencies. Then we will understand that even if the Lord appears before us in the form of material energy, it is quite possible for Him to convert this energy into spiritual energy, since the source of the energy is one and the same. In other words, the spiritual energy and the material energy, the source is Krishna, is God. So He can use them either way. Prabhupada said just like an electrician can use electricity for heating and for cooling. For example, the Lord can appear in the form of the Archa Vigraha, the deity. And this deity supposedly is made of earth, stone, metal, or wood. However, deity forms, although made from these material elements, are not idols, as the non-believers may say. In our present state of imperfect material existence, we cannot see the Supreme Lord due to our imperfect vision. In other words, we cannot see spirit, and the Lord's form is completely spiritual. Yet, because devotees want to see Him, even though they have material vision, they are favored by the Lord, who appears in a so-called material form to accept His devotees' service. And one should not think that such devotees are worshipping an idol. They are factually worshipping the Lord, who has agreed to appear before them in an approachable way. Nor is the archer form fashioned according to the whims of the worshipper. This form is eternally existent with all paraphernalia, and it can actually be felt by sincere devotees. In the Bhagavad Gita, 4th chapter, the Lord says how He treats His devotees depends on the degree of His devotees' surrender. So the Lord reserves the right not to reveal Himself to anyone and everyone, but to show Himself only to those souls who surrender unto Him. And thus, for the surrendered soul, He is always within reach, whereas for the unsurrendered soul, He is far, far away and cannot even be approached. So, I always like this mantra, Tad dure tad vantike. He is very far, but He's very near. So, Srila Prabhupada said that, he said many, many, many things about deities, especially when he was installing them. Sometimes Prabhupada would personally carry the deity, as we did when he went to Australia to install them. He carried them on his lap, him and his servant. And although the devotees were, Westerners, foreigners, and very new to Krishna consciousness, still Prabhupada's relationship with Krishna was so strong that after installing the deities, when he was leaving, he stood in front of the altar and offered a prayer that was could be heard by the devotees present. He prayed to Krishna. He said, "My dear Lord, I'm leaving you in the hand of these mlechas. Please look after them." And he left. And that's reality. That's how it was. We didn't know anything. Another time he said, the Krishna is coming in a form that we can handle him. That we can handle. So I thought about this. And I thought, when you say handle, it can have two meanings, maybe even more. One meaning, of course, the obvious is that we can handle him. We can, like we were doing here, the pujaris, the priests, can lift him up, and bathe him, dry him, dress him, and offer him food and whatnot. So that we are familiar with. But another meaning came to me that it's a form that we can handle, is that we can handle him because he doesn't talk. If he spoke to us, we couldn't handle it. Because he wouldn't have a life. He would be telling us, do this, do this, do this, get this. You'd have to serve him 24 hours, 24/7 as we say. But he is very kind. Here at the temple, we worship him and we serve him every day of the week. There are no days off. And there are 7 offerings, artiques a day. He's bathed and dressed every day. It's in this way, it's a life full. And this is good, because the more we are engaged in Krishna's service, then we are protected. Hare Krishna. Maharaj?
Also, if he started talking, he wouldn't be able to handle it either because he was thinking.
Yeah. But yeah, we couldn't handle it. So this much we can handle, because the spiritual master told us this is how you do it. You have to do this, you have to do that, and we follow it, and we become purified. All worship goes on through the medium of the spiritual master. We sing a prayer every morning, Sri Vigrahara Dhananityanana Sringaratan Mandira Marjanado. So it's actually the spiritual master who is worshipping the deity, and we are, it says in the prayer, along with his disciples. We are assistants. So we should know this and never get proud or puffed up and think that I'm worshipping Krishna, I have a direct connection with Krishna. No, everything goes through the Guru, through the spiritual master. And he in turn offers it to Krishna, and Krishna's mercy comes down through the spiritual master. That is the transcendental relationship between the Lord and his devotees. So just to cap it, I haven't been here for a long time. I'm like a long lost son who has come back home, the prodigal son. And it's and I didn't know that I was going to come back. I'd been gone for almost 50 years. But it's nice to be home again. Very well. And Radha Gopinath, they are supremely beautiful. There are other deities of Radha Gopinath in the movement. I just recently came from Belgium, and they also have Radha Gopinath, same size, everything. So when I got there, I didn't know that's who their worshipable deities were. So I asked one devotee, what are their names? He says, oh, this is Radha Gopinath. I said, oh, then I'm home. Although, and Krishna has unlimited form, so the Krishna in Belgium, he is fair, not black, not Sham Sundar, like our Krishna here. But he's the same. He's the same. Here. 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 You know? This is something that devotees can appreciate. When I joined Srila Prabhupada's mission in 1973 in New York, it was Radha Govinda, and he was also a black Krishna, Sham Sundar. And then after a couple of years, I moved to Los Angeles, and there was Rukmini and Dwarkadish, the Lord of Dwarka, and Krishna was white. And in the beginning, I was wondering, is this the same Krishna or is it some other Krishna? But one devotee told me, when you serve him, then you will understand. Everything will be revealed. Then he will show you his beauty when you serve him. And so I followed that instruction, and within a short time, I was very happy serving Rukmini and Dwarkadish. Of course, Radha Govinda always had a special place in my heart. So the devotees become very attached to serving the deity, And when this little accident happened, it was a tragedy, and many of the devotees broke into tears. So a non-believer, an outsider, may say, why are they crying? Because if they think it's just a statue, no one cries if a statue is broken. But no, this was their Lord, and they were actually feeling pain. So for a few days, we didn't have Radha Gopinath on the altar, and now he's back, stronger than ever, and as beautiful as ever. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Agnidev Prabhu, our temple president. So, as Agnidev Prabhu was saying, when you serve the deities or those devotees who are pujaris and who go on the altar and personally attend to the Lord, what happens is you develop relationship. There's some rasa that's taking place, and this is very sweet. And the deity that you are serving, of course, you would have special relationship with your deity. So, as we move on, we want to call on someone. He actually hides and shies away from the microphone. So I know that I'm putting him on the spot a little. He has been in management very early in his Krishna conscious life when he joined Srila Prabhupada's mission here. Very early, it was recognized that he had managerial skills, and so he has been in management for a very, very long time. He does not, you may not see him so often on the altar, but you will see him everywhere else, because he does almost every service you could think about. As I said, we are really putting him on the spot this evening. Let's put our hands together as we welcome Chakri Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you everybody for giving me this opportunity to speak. Thank you, Srila Prabhupada. So, I am not a public speaker that much, but when the deities incident happened, right, it was a tragic, because immediately after that, the whole temple felt like someone had died. And we know whenever like a family member dies, everything becomes despondent and sad and everything like that. And for days, everybody were like zombies just walking, recognizing how important our spiritual life is with Shri Shri Radha Gopinath, Shri Shri Karunitai. And my reality kicked in only when this had happened, how much important my life surrounds, and all the devotees also, with the deities. It has been a difficult time for us, dealing with this, but somehow we have become stronger, and we have taken different steps in trying to upgrade, this whatever we need to do concerning the deities and management and all around the temple, and to assist the devotees in upgrading their standard in understanding how to serve the deities properly in whatever capacity we do in our spiritual life. And it will be nicer if devotees would, do some introspection, come forward, and give some help with the temple, because we need a lot of help here. And there are many devotees not initiated, who have been here a long, long time. And I think they should come forward now and give some assistance so that we can perfect our spiritual life together as one family. Thank you very much.
I thought you couldn't speak, Chakri Prabhu. Thank you very much, Chakri Prabhu. Another devotee, well, as I told you, Chakri Prabhu, he wasn't here when the deities were installed and all of that. But we want to recognize some of the devotees who were here. Balakrishna Prabhu is I came that year, yeah. No, not for the installation. I came in 1982. Yeah. So, moved into the ashram upstairs. So, one of my senior godbrothers is here, and he is none other than Balakrishna Prabhu. So Balakrishna Prabhu, he joined in St. Augustine and when the temple was built, and I want to recognize Mario, again another public speaker. For those of you who don't know Mario Fuller, stop hiding behind Prabhupada. This is Mario Fuller. And Mario has been around since St. Augustine. When I say St. Augustine, I mean before this temple was constructed. So we were in St. Augustine. So Mario has been around since then. Actually, he was the engineer doing all the work with Taksha Prabhu and the senior devotees, Balakrishna Prabhu, and putting this temple together. And one of the reasons we couldn't build a temple that looked like a temple is because this land at that time was farmland. And so one structure was allowed on the land, if you own land, but it had to be like a small dwelling place, not a big temple. So this is one of the reasons why the temple took that structure, this structure that we had. Well, of course, before we had this extension. So Balakrishna Prabhu, he was here, and so now I have to time you all because for the arti. So I'll give Balakrishna Prabhu 2 minutes to speak. Tick, tick, tock. So let's hear it, Balakrishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. I come before all of you as a beggar, and I beg for mercy. I think most of us also, we come to beg for mercy. But more myself, I beg the mercy of the Vaishnavas. You have may heard that it's 33 years that these deities were installed, and so many wonderful devotees for years after years have been serving the Lordships Shishi Gonitai and Radha Gopinath. What a great accomplishment for so many devotees who had made so great significant contribution that way I couldn't have made years after years, and so much contribution towards the development of Krishna consciousness. That way all of us can come and nourish our life. One of the method of making spiritual advancement is residing in a holy dham. So this is like a holy dham, that way we come, even though it's for a few hours. But that is how we get benefit. But it is due to so many selfless devotion by so many devotees. When I started to go on the altar, just in the beginning, I was told by the senior pujaris that I should develop fear in my heart. It seems to be a contradiction. Why? I should be fearless, but here it is, I should have fear. Why? It is because this is Supreme Lord that I'm going to serve, and that is how I should develop this fear that this is God. And I always remember this wonderful instruction guided by the senior pujaris. I was living for a short time in Toronto, and one day I happened to, being a young person, not so much inclined to deity worship, somehow, that's what I was doing at that time. And I happened to put my hand on top of Subhadra in order to take out a bindi. And Nandi Kishore's wife
I think she name is Genevieve, something like that, came up to me and said, Balakrishna, Subhadra is a little girl. You cannot put your hand like that on top of Subhadra. And I still remember this wonderful instruction that here it is, the Supreme Lord and his sister and his consort I'm serving. So I have to be very, very, very careful. My 2 minutes finished? Anyway, at the time of installation, I was a temple commander, and before that, I had the opportunity of going to India, and they said myself is going to bring back the deities, Radha Gopinath. Gopati Prabhu, because he was strong, he lifted, Gopinath, and myself, Srimati Radharani. Unfortunately, from Vrindavan to Delhi airport, we couldn't go further. We had too much luggage. We were so packed with so much containers at that time. We were probably bringing half of India. So then we had to, leave the deities there, and by the mercy of Gopal Krishna, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj, he take the responsibility of seeing that, Radha Gopinath reach here. I was a temple commander at that time, and believe it or not, the amount of things I have to accomplish within a daytime, especially when there's an installation of the deity at that particular time. But being busy that way, I have to know where everything and everybody have to ask me, where can I get this, where can I get that? But at that particular time, my temple president, he said, do or die, you have to get it done. The sewer is leaking. You must fix that because so many people will be coming today. Hare Krishna.
So when you hear from these devotees, Balakrishna Prabhu, how many hours we used to get to sleep? 4? Between 4, 5. Yeah, one day Taksha Prabhu, he was its president. He called us upstairs in the porch there for Ishtagoshti. And the first point was, how many hours of sleep do you need? And he was asking each of us how many hours of sleep we needed. So he said, all right. Why I remember this, I remember him asking Balakrishna Prabhu. So Balakrishna, how much hours do you need? And you were thinking about it, And I remember you saying, well, if I get 5, maybe we could see if I could work with 4. And so you would, because what happened, we used to be serving 18 hours a day. Sometimes more. Because sometimes we go to bed at 11 and we wake up 2:30. 3 o'clock. We used to get up 2:30 sometimes to finish our rounds before Mangalarti. So this was the mood of the temple, because at that time devotees, ISKCON devotees, never really lived at home. If you wanted to be a Hare Krishna, you had to move into the temple, because there were no Hare Krishnas really, except Mother Indira, who was living in Pleasant Park. So Mother Indira was here for the installation. In fact, Mother Indira, when the devotees first came, Vaikuntanath, Saradia, who again, Mother Indira? Kanupriya and Chaitanya Das. When they came, they stayed at Mother Indira's house. And from then to now, Mother Indira is known as the mother of the Hare Krishnas, as you all know. So Mother Indira will say a few words. Mother Indira, you have 1.5 minutes. Please come. Why I'm telling her that is because she'll take half a minute to get here, so she'll have 1.5 minutes. Let's hear it from Mother Indira. She comes to the microphone. While Mother Indira is coming, I want to recognize Jai Radhe Devi Dasi. She when the deities were installed, Jai Radhe cooked the first offering for Sri Sri Radha Gopinath. Who is Jai Radhe? Show them who is Jai Radhe. I didn't want to put it there for it slides. Slide sometimes, you know.
Hare Krishna. I was thinking, that before we move into the temple, as you have heard, we were in St. Augustine. Gauritai was already installed in St. Augustine. So when we move in here in this new temple, everything was so excited that the kitchen was roomy. We had so many things. Everything was excited. I too was cooking in the kitchen. That was my service to cook in the kitchen. And even up to today, everything is exciting because a few years ago the temple hall was extended, and recently the altar too was repaired and all of that. So everything is exciting in Krishna consciousness. When you're making a garland, you're cooking, you're dressing the deities, everything is so exciting. So even up to the day, and they have me going on Harinam every day, all over the country, although I can hardly walk or anything. In those days, there were it was over 30 devotees living here, and all of them was young. I was the only old lady here with them cooking in the kitchen. Balakrishna, Rajashri, Vishrup, all of them was young boys, and I was the oldest lady cooking with them in the kitchen and thing. And still, as I said, everything is exciting up to this day. Hare Krishna.
She ready to sing all year. So, one of the things, the reason why Mother Indira repeatedly uses the word exciting is because although her body might be going down, Krishna consciousness for her is new and exciting every day. That's why she goes out as fast as possible every day with Agnidev Prabhu distributing books. She could hardly walk. And we are so young and strong, so we need to get the realization that this Krishna, we're getting older, and Krishna consciousness is really an exciting, enjoyable journey if we just tap into it. So I also want to recognize one or two devotees, senior devotees, Tattva Darshini, a Prabhupada disciple who is there. Those of you who don't know her, she serves at the Aruka Center. And is Leela Rati here? Leela Rati also, another Prabhupada disciple who serves at the Aruka Center. All the pujaris, oh yes, that's what I wanted to talk about. The devotees who actually, Prabhupada says that the lucky, very fortunate is the pujari because he gets to touch the body of the Supreme Lord. So we have many pujaris. We really, because it's almost 7, we cannot call everyone to talk. We would love to, but we would have had to start like midday today. But we want to recognize your service to Sri Sri Radha Gopinath throughout the years. Those of you who were here at that time, those of you who have come after, those of you who presently see the joy and the need to advance in your Krishna consciousness by making this connection to Sri Sri Gauranitai and Sri Sri Radha Gopinath. I also want to recognize Radhesham and his family in the time of that trauma that we went through recently. They stepped up and assisted, and we are eternally grateful for that. Not only Radhesham Prabhu, but all the devotees who came forward and who are coming forward to it's one thing to stand on the side and criticize what is happening, but get into it and let's work together to build Srila Prabhupada's mission and ISKCON in Trinidad. So it's 5 to 7. Devin Januja. So, as Patita is speaking, as I said, we cannot call everyone because of the time, but I want to recognize these devotees. Patita Udaran, he was here when the deities were installed. I want to recognize, no, I'm not calling it at all, Patita.
All glory to the seven devotees. On behalf of Agnidev Prabhu, seven devotees, oh, you all are so wonderful. You are pure devotees. I told Gupasat Swami that when I see you all, and then I have to tell Srila Prabhupada, please love me. Now, when I came to ISKCON there, I met all the devotees, and Adikesava was, you know him, Adikesava was the GVC. And Adikesava telling Taksha Prabhu, is your godmother, that get this temple going. He was in a little house. When he chanting, I was afraid. I said, no, Krishna, keep it right here. And now I went to entertain the spirit. Now, here was mud and sand, and Vishnu and lantern, etc., blah, blah, blah. They went out. You can't say everything. It's too short. We went out to sell clothes, we went to the sell clothes among the materialists to get the money to build this place. And the devotee is so wonderful. BBT members, Bhaktivedanta Book Trust, you also know, they glorify the devotees of Mahajan, Yog, Brahmachari, and you went out with the materialists to get money to build this temple, so etc. So, Srila Satur Das Goswami, he told the deities, Taksha Prabhu brought deities from India, Prabhupada from India. So what can I say is, all glories to your nice effort. You are very wonderful. My heart is happy because you all are performing devotional service. Thank you very much. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
That was the mercy of Damodar Maharaj. So I also want to recognize Ananta Sesha Prabhu. He was also here at the time of the installation. Want to recognize Anga Maharaj Das. He was also here. I'm looking for those devotees who were here. Agni Das, where is he? Agni Das. Yes, and Haridev Prabhu, also here. Actually, Haridev Prabhu, for those of you who don't know, first initiated by Srila Prabhupada. So, at this point, I want to, on behalf of Agnidev Prabhu and the temple management, okay. So, I want, on behalf of the temple management, to recognize all the devotees. I started to say it earlier. To recognize all the devotees, first, second, third, fourth, how much initiation you have, doesn't really count, except the fact that you come to the temple and you engage in devotional service. This is Srila Prabhupada's temple. The deities are here, Sri Sri Radha Gopinath. So when you leave where you are, your homes and so on, and you come and you engage in some service, you know, I want to call all the pujaris' names and all the cooks and everybody who comes to clean, like Adishesh Prabhu and everybody, because at the end of the day, collectively, not just the pujaris, not just the cooks, but everybody who comes and does something here at Sri Sri Radha Gopinath Mandir, collectively, this is why or how we have what we have. As Agnidev Chakri Prabhu was saying, we can do so much more because look at how many of us we are. Right? But we need to come together and cooperate and work together to build Srila Prabhupada's mission and Sri Sri Radha Gopinath Mandir. So, it's 7 o'clock. So we're going to have, before we go to the Arctic, we want to thank all of you. Many of you brought offerings. Tadva. That's Tadva? Hare Krishna. Welcome. We want to recognize Kalachandji Prabhu. He was here when the deities were installed. Hare Krishna. So, we want to thank you all for bringing your offerings. Thank you so very much. Your offerings will be on the altar when the Artik is going on. Thank you. After Artik, we have a few, just a few announcements, and then we'll be serving prasad under the tent. We'll have 2 serving stations, and we'll be serving outside. All right? So Agnidev Prabhu will lead us in Kirtan. Hare Krishna. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna.
Okay.
Jai Radha Madhava Jai Kunja Bihari Madhava Jai Kunja Bihari Jayo Radha Madhava Jayo Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Ballabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari Ballabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Ballabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari
Nandana Jaya Brajajana Ranjana Brajajana Ranjana Jaya Yasodanandana Jaya Brajajana Ranjana Jaya Brajajana Ranjana Jamuna Tirabana Chari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jamuna Tirabana Chari Kunja Bihari Jaya Jamuna Tirabana Chari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jamuna Tira Banachale Jai Kunja Bihari Jaya Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Kunja Bihari Vijana Ballabha Jaya Girivardhari Jaya Girivardhari Vijana Ballabha Jaya Girivardhari Jaya Girivardhari Yasodanandana Jaya Brajajana Ranjana Yasodanandana Jaya Brajajana Ranjana Jaya Brajajana Ranjana Nandana Yasodanandana Brajajana Ranjana
Yashodanandana Prajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Prajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Prajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Prajajana Ranjana Ravanachari Yamuna Ravanachari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, जय नित्य नीलों विष्णुपाद परमहंस
Parivrajaka Sutra Sata Srisiman, His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada Ki, ISKCON Founder Acharya, Srila Prabhupada Ki, Nitya Nilom Vishnupad Paramahansa, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Mahamahotsava Tithi Ki, ISKCON Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki, Ananda Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki, Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki, Prem Se Go Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki, Sri Sri Radha Krishna Go Gopinath Sham Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan Ki, Vrindavan Dham Ki, Mayapur Navadvip Dham Ki, Jagannath Puri Dham Ki, Ganga Devi Jamuna Mai Ki, Bhakti Devi Tulsi Maharani Ki, Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. Glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Namaste Narasingaya. Namaste Narasingaya. Pralada Lada Dayani. Pralada Lada Dayani. Hiranyakashipu Bhakshaha. Shilatankana Kalai. Ito na shringo, parato na shringo. Yato yato ya, mitato na shringo. Bahe na shringo. Hridaye Narasimha. Narasimha Madhyam Sharanam Prapadi. Avakara Kamalavade Nakam Adhuta Sinam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Vinna Ekavadita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Tavakara Kamala नृसिंहदेव भगवान की जय, भक्त प्रहलाद महाराज की। Yeah, bring it to
Not too high, not too low.
Sorry. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So, we have some, just few, but very important announcements. So this here is a picture of our very beautiful deities, Sri Radha Gopinath. And I know that you all would have heard about the accident that we had. So during the time that their lordships were not on the altar, we were advised by Guru Prasad Maharaj that we should have a picture of them, and we continued our worship as usual. So the worship was not interrupted. We continued to worship Sri Radha Gopinath. So this picture was on the altar, and we would offer 7 offerings and arati every day. So some very fortunate, lucky, I cannot stress on it enough, person could take this picture in your home today. But you know, as I told you about the 7 offerings and the 7 aratis, and I'm sure when you look today on the altar, you can see the elaborate worship that we do here. Every day we cook 3 times, we make 7 offerings, we have 7 aratis every single day. And in order for the worship of Sri Radha Gopinath to go on, we depend on you to give donations to the temple. That is how the temple is run. By the donations of you and your family members and your friends, whatever you give, that is what we use to worship the deities here. So we want to give someone the opportunity to take Radha Gopinath home with them this evening. So we are going to auction this picture, and for those of you who would like the opportunity, this is, don't let it slip you by. So we are going to start. So if anybody would like to make an offer for the picture, you can let us know, and we don't want to take too long, because yes, right, my grandson with plenty money. $100. That's US, Dania? So we're starting with 100. $200. Let's hear 200. $200 from Father's Prabhu. 300. $500. All you know is to work in an auction place, right? So, $500 from Damodar Priya. Let's hear it. We're going up. 600. 600. I hope that young man has money in his pocket, huh? 600. Father, 600. 700. Anybody? Ananta? I see you stepping up. 700. Anybody? Come, all you want fathers to take Radha Gopinath, all you want the opportunity? Talk to me, Ashram. When we reach fathers? 600? 7. Who? Somebody said 7. Somebody said 7? 700? 800. Damodar Priya, 800. Come on, they have some stiff competition. 800. Damodar Priya, 800. Anybody 1,000? $1,000. Who says 1,000? Put Ganesh Prabhu. We hearing you. How much you say? 1,500? I didn't hear your bid. 800 Damodar Priya. Anybody else? Damodar Priya, So far 800 fathers. $900 fathers, Prabhu, Haribol. Fathers, yes. $1,000 Damodar Priya. Fathers, you see what's going on here? Woo! $1,100. $1,100. Damodar Priya, come here. 1,100 fathers really want to Radha Gopinath. $1,200. Damodar Priya, 1,200. Vishal, I find you sit down quiet. Come, you want to get into that? 1,200 Damodar Priya. Look, Jagat Bhatta getting a heart attack by the door. 1,200. Radha Gopinath, you're taking Radha Gopinath home tonight. This is an auspicious evening. Today is the appearance of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, the spiritual master of Srila Prabhupada. Today is the deity's anniversary, their installation anniversary. Whatever you give tonight, going towards worshiping Sri Radha Gopinath. 1,500. Anybody? 1,500? Where we reach? 12. Oh, we reach 12. You understand what's going on here? 1,200 Damodar Priya. Fathers, what's going on? How you fall is so easy, man. Anybody else want to bid? We have 1,200 from Damodar Priya. 1,250. 1,200 going once. Going twice. Sold to Damodar Priya. Guys. So, congratulations, Damodar Priya. So, thank you. Thank you very much. Right. That picture was, we advertised in here. That picture was printed by Gopal's Printery, and it was done by Angira Gopal. Angira here. Thank you all very much. So we have a sumptuous feast. Sulakshmana, Haribo! Sulakshmana address the deity. Hare Krishna. Let's hear it for Sulakshmana. So we want to thank all the cooks. We have a sumptuous feast. Very wonderful feast was prepared for Shri Radha Gopinath today. The cooks and helpers, Seva Savior, Pawan Prabhu, Rati Rupa, Lisha, Bauji, Arjun, Krishnadas, Ramchan, also known as Bruce, Ramchan, Mohan, Gemma, Varun, and Sri Gopal. Let's hear it for the cooks. So next Saturday is Valentine's Day. All you know that? Well, hear what? All you are going to celebrate no Valentine's. All you coming here. We have 6-hour kirtan here at the temple. Oh, and next weekend is Carnival. So all you coming here to jump up. So we're having 6-hour kirtan from 2:30 to 6:30 to 8:30 on Saturday evening. Saturday morning we have Harinam, 5 Rivers, Aruka. Opposite Dr. Amal Singh's building. He is deceased, but the building is still there. So it's opposite Dr. Amal Singh's building in 5 Rivers. The Harinam begins at 8:30. The temple bus will be leaving here at 8 o'clock. We have about 5 spaces, so if you want to get on the temple bus, you need to talk to Chakri Prabhu very early. And if you need more information on this Harinam, Ganapati Prabhu is here. You can chat with him, and you can chat with Chakri Prabhu. So Saturday morning Harinam, evening 6-hour kirtan. Sunday is a Mahadwadashi. Please take note. Sunday is fasting for Ekadashi. And we will be having our Sunday program as usual. Monday morning breakfast between 6:25 and 10:21. Our next huge Maha program is Sri Gaura Purnima. That is on the 5th of March. And on that note, our temple president, will be leaving on Wednesday to go to Mayapur for the Mayapur Festival in India. So we want to wish him all the best, safe flight and all of that, and enjoy himself and come back rejuvenated to continue with his service. Hare Krishna. So Gaur Purnima is the 5th of March, that's a holy fast, and we'll be having a Maha program here at the temple. On Saturday, the 18th of April, there will be Snan Yatra, Madhuban, at the Madhuban Center, Kumoto, from 2:30 p.m. You are to walk with your shaved coconut to offer to Lord Jagannath for the Abhishek. Then we have Rath Yatras. We have one in Port of Spain on the 1st, one in South on the 9th, and the day after the Port of Spain Rath Yatra, we will be having our Nishingadev Jagya, which is huge here at the temple. So please bear that in mind. It's the 2nd of May. The Nishingadev Jagya will be held here at the temple. Also, Keshava. Where's Keshava? Keshava is launching his CD, and this is the CD. Today is the launch. He wanted to wait for the deity's anniversary, so he's launching his CD. So if you need more information, this is Keshava Prabhu. He's the son of Mother Shama Priya and Rasika Prabhu. So you can visit him in the store and get your copies. Alright? Thank you, Keshava. So, before we have the prayer, Agni Prabhu would just like to say 2 words to you quickly on the Bhakta class.
Hare Krishna. So as you may know, we started a Bhakta class as a requirement for being trained to get initiation. So we hadn't had class for quite a while because there were so many visitors and festivals and so on. So I'd like to start back the class next Sunday at 4:45 to 5:45 p.m. It's every Sunday in the office. Right? This is a requirement. It's required by the GBC body that everyone who wants to get initiation, they take what is called the Disciples Course. This is a course compiled by the GBC body, and it's available online. And if you look on those 3 papers on the board there, the middle paper at the bottom, you'll see how you can access this course instantly. You just send an email with a certain subject line and you'll get the access information. But that is to train you to understand the relationship between the disciple and the spiritual master. But what is also required is to have a basic understanding of the Krishna consciousness philosophy. So in order to give that understanding, the ISKCON Ministry of Congregational Development, they created the Bhakti Vriksha system of training, where devotees would meet at each other's homes and they would be trained, every week, right? And so we are using the content from the Bhakti Vriksha system within the Bhakta class, and that is online, as well as additional information. And so the course is completely online. The Bhakta class, you can access it. Just read at the middle paper there. But online alone or reading on your own is not sufficient, because in the Srimad Bhagavatam it is said Satang Prasangam Mama Virya Sambido, which translation means that in the association of the devotees, when you discuss the philosophy of Krishna consciousness, then you're able to assimilate it within your heart. So the discussion is important. So this is why we have the class. It's not a lecture, but it's an interactive discussion. Before we had lectures, but interaction is much better. So we have introduced the Bhakti Vriksha model of interaction. So you're not going to be hearing me speaking for an hour, but we will all talk together. And this way we can understand the basic philosophy of Krishna consciousness, and you'll be able to answer all the questions that are required in your pre-initiation exam, first initiation exam, and second initiation exam. One last point is that from Janmashtami this year, it is compulsory, before anyone gets initiation, they must take the Disciples Course compiled by the GBC. Alright? So if you want to get initiation before that time, without taking that course, you can just come and take the Bhakta course, Bhakta class, which will give you a basic understanding of Krishna consciousness. So next week, so anyone wants to enter next week, please register online, send the email, and you'll get the access You'll get all the information and you'll know what to do from there. Okay? Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Agni Prabhu. So on Tuesday, Vrindavani, she would be celebrating her birthday. She's asleep right now, but it's her birthday, and we want to thank her parents and grandparents for sponsoring ice cream for everybody. So let's hear it for Vrindavani. Also on Tuesday is, I don't want to call you Chinese, but that's the only name I know. What's the next name? Videsh? Huh? Vinesh? Dinesh. Tuesday is his birthday also, so we want to thank him very much for also helping with the feast for the deities today. Let's hear it for Vinesh and Vrindavani. We want to thank our viewers online. Thank you all for being with us on this very, very auspicious evening, and we hope to see you again next week Sunday and all our upcoming programs. So this is a very important announcement, and that is, it concerns the prasad. So we will be serving outside. You will see a tent. There are two serving bays. There are some chairs outside. You can collect your prasad. You are free to come back inside and sit and take your prasad, or you can sit outside. All right? First, old people and children first. But you know, everybody will get old. So, let's have the prasadam prayer together. Mahaprasad Govinde Nama Brahmini Vaishnave Svalpa Punya Vatam Rajan Vishvaso Naiva Jayate Sharira Vidyaja Yodendriya Taika Jive Pile Visaya Savare Dharmade Jivayati Lobamoy Sadurmati Take Chita Katina Sangsare Krishna Bodadoyamor Koribad Jivajan Swaprasad Anadilobhai Dhanamrita Pao Radha Krishna Gunagao Premedako Chaitanya Nitai Bhagavad Prasadam Ki Jai. So I want to, on behalf of Agnidev Prabhu, thank all of you from all the other temples who came this evening. Thank you all for being with us. Hare Krishna, please take prasad and enjoy.